happy to win the challenge, but I think this is one of the worst positions to be in on Survivor. For you two that played, I mean, what all goes into this decision? How crucial is this choice?
Oh my God, it's one of the worst decisions ever to be made. Are you kidding me? Like, you're singling yourself out and picking people. Like, you really have to have a really good alliance with the people that you're leaving out of, you know, the reward. I mean, it's
I went into that challenge and I was like, I'm going to not win this challenge. Not that I always had a choice, but in this one I was like, I'm not going to win this. But then you see your loved one and you just lose all control because no one wants to win this. But then as soon as you see them,
everything changes.
Everything. I mean, we talk about loved ones playing. I was like, Mom, if you're there and we're playing, we're losing it. We're not going to win this one on purpose. But you just lose it. No, it's the hardest thing. And you were in a group choice.
I know. And it almost looked like it was my decision just by myself, which is really weird.
Let me just say, there's an odds argument to be made with that. Not even as much this season, but in past seasons where if you lose, you still stand like a 75 to 80% chance of going.
Right.
And you don't have to make the decision and piss anyone off. There's a really sound strategy.
Yeah, well, I saw
really
the challenge
is,
and no. I mean, I remember seeing it my season being like, oh, Jay's going to win this and I'm not going to go. But there is, I mean, statistic depending on who you're playing with.
It's true. Everything just is thrown out the window as soon as you see your loved one there in person. Peppermint, what would you do in a situation like this? How would you handle this if you won the challenge?
If I'd won the challenge, if I'd won the challenge, I would definitely take my enemies. And I would have already had the conversation.
yes.
Look, girl, I love you. You are not having chicken with your mama. And then I would pick all my enemies. So then everybody loves me.
Smart.
I don't know.
No, that's one way.
I don't know. I still think that's tricky though, because then people just start to doubt no matter
Then
what.
they switch.
No matter what.
Yeah.
It just
People
That's
get
true.
mad. Yeah.
I know. Anyway, so Brad's loved one is his wife, Monica, who actually played with him on Blood versus Water. Was this an advantage to have a player come in and give him almost like the Cochran and Debbie advice thing, Dalton? Were you a fan of this?
I don't mind it. I really didn't mind it at all. And you know, it's interesting because I've spoken to Brad, I've spoken to Monica, and I've spoken to them together. And say what you will about Brad Culpepper, and a lot of us have said a lot of things about Brad Culpepper. You cannot question the love he has for his wife. It's not a line. When a lot of times it's a line when a guy says oh, this, you know, she's stronger than me, she's tougher than me. He believes that. He really, honestly does. And they're absolutely adorable together. I feel like it's so weird saying all these nice things about Brad Culpepper this season. It feels like it's a fever that's waiting to break or something. But listen, the guy, you got to go on what you see, and he's been great this season.
Maybe one day you'll be saying the same things about me. Maybe one day.
Yes.
No, it's a fever.
Especially seeing everyone hug their loved ones before the challenge. What pair kind of got you guys the most teary-eyed? Because I know we were all watching back there, and it's just hard every time someone comes out. Was there a certain pair that kind of stuck out? For me, it was Suri and Jared.
Yeah,
they were so
missing
cute.
her son's graduation is tough, and you can know that knowing Suri, that had to be really hard for her. So that got to me. I told you yours got to me a little bit as well. It really
Yes, your sister's story. I've known about it. We've talked about it with your mom. Oh my gosh, yes, that was.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like, I'm surprised they like put that in there.
Don't
Actually,
cry.
I know, it was just hard. Like,
Of course.
yeah, I mean, basically, if we're gonna talk about it, no, I lost my sister when I was 15 and she was 13 in an accident, and it was crazy because she's the one that like told my mom to apply for Survivor, and my mom and dad both applied for Survivor. They didn't get on, and then she like kind of encouraged me to, and then, you know, when I applied later, years later, then I got on. So it's weird, like going back, you have so much time to think when you're on the island, and like I'd always just like feel like I was closer to her, or like had some sort of connection, where, you know, in like your busy lives, you kind of forget that.
She's a guardian angel. She's
yeah,
watching
it was
over
just,
you.
I was surprised that came up, but
I feel
it was a great moment.
Yeah, it was beautiful.